AFTV Frank, 1-1. Fair result in the end, but more importantly, as we knew before the game, Arsenal topped the group in style, really, and could actually have nicked the game at the end.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Of course, I don't want to say it was a nothing game today, but I'd definitely rather be in this position than, struggling to qualify against Bayern Munich tonight, that's for sure. Look, it was a nothing game. I didn't expect anything major. I'm just slightly disappointed I didn't get an early birthday present from the Arsenal, but that's what I expected. It was a
Happy birthday, by the way.
Thank you very much. It was a fairly weakened team. I think a draw away to PSV, who are doing very well domestically as well, is a very good result.
Yeah, the PSV remind everyone that they've won every single one of their games in their league. The only team in Europe at the moment that has a record like that.
Taking my lines.
Yeah, but Arsenal actually beat them, thrashed them at home. And, with a much weakened team, got to draw them away. Does that show how strong Arsenal are in this competition this year?
No, absolutely. And obviously, we're one of the favourites for a reason. I think we're full favourite. I think most of the bookies had us at. And that's for good reason. We've become a much more respectable team over the last few years, especially under Arteta. And, like I said, PSV are no pushover. They're good. They've got that record for a reason. Obviously, we did what we did to them at home, but that's just Arsenal being Arsenal this season, But we're through. We can look at the round of 16 now, and obviously I want to get over that hurdle first before I can even start thinking about even further than that.
Yeah, I mean, listen, first of all, before I get into that, who stood out for you out today out of the players that came in? So, Ramsdale came in, Cedric came in, Reece Nelson came in. Kivior was at left back. Who stood out for you?
Well, he's not my man of the match, but I want to start with Aaron Ramsdale. Start from the back. I think he made a good account for himself today. A few good saves, especially. I think there was one towards the end of that first half where it was a quality save. Obviously, I don't really think the goal was much of his fault. It was a fantastic finish, a Thierry Henry-esque finish. I'd go as far to say. And then the two down that right-hand side. Cedric. Wow. I think he was. I thought he was unbelievable today. Not quite there with the man of the match, but for a player that's not expected to play, before today, I think he played 3 minutes of football all season. So I think for a player that's not played much at all, he made a really good account for himself. And I like players like Cedric because I think I'm one of a few Arsenal fans that don't mind the fact that Cedric is still here. Don't get me wrong, his wages are outrageous, obviously, for someone that doesn't play. But I think an experienced player is a very good squad player as well. And then my man of the match today, Reece Nelson, since the contract, he's not been given the minutes that, for me, he's absolutely deserved. Obviously, it's a shame that he's got Martinelli and Saka in his positions. He can't really do much about that. But when he's got the minutes this season, he's played really well. And obviously, he replicated that today, got the assist for the goal. I thought he played fantastically. So he's my man of the match.
Yep. Next round now. Round of 16. We've made it into that, like you said, comfortably. Who do you want to avoid and who would you fancy?
Well, normally, and obviously I think you got onto me a bit about the West Ham situation in the Carabao Cup. Normally, I want to play the bigger teams and get out of the way because I want to beat the best. I'm that kind of fan. However, in this scenario, I want to get over the hurdle that we've had over the last few years. Well, of the Champions League, it's been a while since we've been there, but over the last few Champions League campaigns of the round of 16. So I want the easiest draw possible for the round of 16, which I believe is going to be, as it stands, Porto. But obviously Shakhtar is in the mix there. I think obviously the nice away day in Portugal as well would be nice. For me, it's got to be between one of Porto and Shakhtar. In terms of teams to avoid, obviously there's some big hitters still in there. I mean, PSG for me is going to be an absolute nightmare. I think Real Madrid as well would be a nightmare. But
can't get Real Madrid at this stage.
No, sorry,
because they top their group. But we could possibly get PSG.
PSG, yeah.
Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid. Those are some of the teams that we could get still.
Yeah, let's stay away from those guys for the round of 16. If we get them in the quarters, absolutely. I'm up for the challenge. But do you want to get over that hurdle of the round of 16, get to the latter stage of the competition, hoping for Porto or Shakhtar?